Hey, what's up, everyone? So today is the Eddy04tv Show. That is like the fifth episode, I believe. So we're already on May, and it's actually the first episode in May. We do these every other Friday, so that's every 2 weeks. We do this show where we talk about tech, we talk about streaming, we talk about games, a little bit of everything, just to make sure that we can be up to date with the news, right? So, right off the bat, I'm going to be starting out with a brand new topic. A few things that I want to point out here, a lot of things that have been happening these past weeks. So, today is the day to, get woke, pretty much. So, we want to get back on track. And the first thing that we're going to talk about today is about Facebook finally clarifying how it's making money with WhatsApp. So, as you know, this has been creating some kind of controversy for a while now. Uh, Facebook owns Instagram, they own WhatsApp, and obviously, Facebook is Facebook, right? So, there has been a little bit of back and forth, a couple of months ago where there was a big agreement and I guess policy agreements in WhatsApp that you had to prove to be able to continue using the app, and obviously that started raising some eyebrows. So what? Why are you kind of enforcing into me to accept some kind of policy agreement on WhatsApp since day one had basic agreements, but nothing so aggressive as this, right? And pretty much what they were saying is that content is owned by them. So, that's kind of weird. Anyways, so getting back on track, Facebook lifts the lid on how it's making money from WhatsApp. So, right? WhatsApp is the communication or the collaboration. Let's just keep it as communication, chatting platform that Facebook acquired a couple of years ago, right? And they have been finding some different ways of centralizing and putting together all the different platforms so that you could easily communicate. So, Facebook has Messenger, and then you also have Instagram, and you have WhatsApp. And they have been growing into this machine, because I don't want to say monster, but they've been growing to this machine where they are able to consolidate the data and talk between each other. Well, WhatsApp was kind of separated from the rest. If you think about it, right, Facebook and Instagram, they do talk to each other. So you could have your catalog, you could have your store, you could sell stuff there. And Instagram and Facebook would talk to each other. You could even share the Messenger platform so that you could chat with your customers or friends, right? But then WhatsApp was still the other part of the platform or the other leg in the machine that was kind of disconnected. Now you could actually add your catalog into WhatsApp, but that's about it. And obviously your business settings. Anyways, so it was said in the New York CNN business. They started explaining, how WhatsApp is making the money and how they plan to get any further. So obviously they're using the data to fine tune ads so that the end user can get a custom made advertisement reel for them. And they do plan to add ads within WhatsApp. So don't get excited that nothing has changed yet, because sometime soon we'll start seeing, or we'll start getting some ads enforced into WhatsApp the same way we get ads on Instagram, the same way we get ads on Facebook. We will start getting ads also on WhatsApp. So just have in mind that right now, Zuckerberg made the announcement on Facebook earnings call for the first quarter in 2021 that the company reported a total quarterly advertising sales of $25.4 billion. That's about 46% from that same period in the year. So they posted an earning of $3.30 per share, and that is up to 93% year over year. So, that's a big revenue. As we can see, that is around 26.2 billion in revenue And well, Wall Street analysis had projected that it would be about 23. So pretty much they crushed it in the stock market, right? Now the thing is that they are actually going to make money with ads. So have in mind that eventually, sometime soon in the future, WhatsApp will have ads. Probably when you open the business catalog and stuff like that, you will start seeing some ads. It's very similar to what you see on Facebook and Instagram. So going down the line, something else that I definitely want to talk about, which it's kind of concerning. I like to call it Steam deserves its 30% cut from dev teams or the developer games. So according to PC Gamer, right, only 6% of developers say that game stores are justified in taking a 30% cut or higher. As you know, right, Steam is the super gigantic online retail platform where you can get your games online from the community of your room. Just pop into Steam, have your account, and you can purchase almost any game. Hey there, Warriors and Jason. So pretty much you could get almost any game from the Steam platform. Now, I don't know if you know, but from the business model, they actually get a 30% cut from developers for every sale. Similar to what happens with Apple and whatever's in the App Store, or Android, whatever they get from the Play Store, they'll get a percentage. That's around 30%. Anyways, the thing, though, is that recently there has been a big stir up between Apple and Epic Games, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But now that these things have been changing, right, and Epic is stirring the pot, other people are raising their eyebrows and asking themselves, do we really have to pay 30% to the platform that is selling, providing our software, our creation, our IP? Should they be taking 30? I mean, they didn't build or develop the game, so why would they have to take 30%, right? So, the 30-70 revenue split, which it seems like it has been forever in this industry, is like a standard not only on gaming but in music and art and movies. I mean, that's how the business work pretty much. But recently, Epic Games came out swinging, and they actually were bold and they reduced or they decreased the fee to 12%. So that means that for every game or any kind of transaction, they get 12% instead of 30%. So that's less than the half of what Steam is already taking in, right? So by Epic Games doing this and cutting down to 12%, they are literally taking a swing on Steam, on Good Old Gaming, Apple, Google Apps, literally everything. Everything works with the 30-70 model, right? They take 30% cut from whatever you sell within their platform. Well, the things that Epic's competition didn't scramble the joint, and it seems that nobody else wanted to do that. Now they are thinking it because even Apple had to struggle a little bit with what has been happening in their agreement, because they were sued and now they're currently filing for a complaint about this. So Epic Games Store isn't as feature or as robust as Steam, but they have rapidly been growing in the industry, such to the point that literally they give you free games every single week. I mean, Epic Games has the money to do this, and they have been spending tons and tons of dollars to get on the top and change the entire industry and how it handles. Now, probably it can be considered that they just want to be the saviors in the market, but others say that they probably just want to be greedy and be the king in the industry, in the market itself. Anyways, think about that. Do you really believe that platforms, or I guess gaming store platforms or any kind of platform, should be taking a 30% cut out of what they sell, even though they don't really produce the product. Now think about this. Also, Spotify has been thinking on improving how is their business model with musicians, with producers. So just put it in the back of your head. Do you really think if you were a developer, would you want to give away 30% of your hard work just because they are marketing your product, which they're just adding it into the store? Anyways, any hoops. So the next topic I want to talk about tonight is finding a new way to sub to creators. This is something that I recently found. It's known as Notify.me. They are still in development. It's kind of wonky, to be honest. Personally, I believe it's still not ready to be released. It's not on GA ready. But I just want to point out that this is a new product that has been coming out where they want to centralize, or they want to put a big platform that can provide that functionality of putting together and having an easy way to subscribe to your creators. So this is like literally Patreon meets, I would say, Facebook, kind of, because you can create your own personal, as a creator, you can create your own personal profile, and now you can have a hub of all your information, probably like LinkedIn, right? You can have your hub of all your different platforms where you create content, and they can easily find you there. They can subscribe to you. They can truly be notified. You don't have to depend on either, clicking a notification bell or doing all this, mumbo jumbo, because you would have a one-stop shop where people can find you as a creator. Well, with millions of careers being built on platforms such as YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, it has become clear that the subscription base are not a priority over algorithms. And the thing is that if you want people to subscribe to you and you're dependent of an algorithm, then even though they are following you, even though they are subscribed to you, there's no 100% certainty that they'll be able to be notified, or they'll be able to be aware of the content that you are releasing. And there's where Notify.me comes in, because they want to fight the algorithm concept, right? Because they want to change the way people approach the creators, right? Notify allows creators to send a push notification for content hosted anywhere, right? And when that is open, then that would have a deep link, and that would take you to that place. So me as a creator, being part of Notify, I can literally enforce a notification to all my followers by just pressing a push button and send my content out instead of waiting for the algorithm to show it to them. Now, how robust, how trustworthy will this be? Time will tell. I actually try to, do like some kind of beta testing and play around with it. I tried it on iOS, I tried it on Android. It haven't worked for me. Well, not the posting part. I'm not even able to create my account correctly. Hopefully, sometime soon, we'll be able to, testify to this and make sure that it's an awesome product. I hope. I really like the concept. I like the idea, because that give us at least the reach in our hands. If we truly have our following, if we truly have an audience, then why can't we get to them? Now, if you think about this, this is pretty much competing with having an email list. Just that you have it in a fancier way, and you have a sync or a link together with all your other platforms, so you can send a push notification to all of your viewers, pretty much. So yeah, that is Notify.me. It's really straightforward. You just link or put together your different accounts, and then you can push out your notification when you release a new content. It looks like a lot like Steam, but it looks a lot like Twitter, but yeah, I'm just thrilled. I'm waiting for this. They started working on this since 2018. So hopefully, we'll have cool stuff coming out from the Notify team. Okay, just give me a minute. My rabbit is getting crazy on the chair. Wait. Come here. wait. He's kind of scared though. This is Olaf. Yeah. Aw. Okay. Don't get on the chairs. All right. Yeah, that's Olaf. He just got crazy getting on the chairs and stuff. Okay. So the next topic we want to talk about is that not only gamers are feeling um, the microchip pain. Now, as I can see here, right, we can see that Ford, BMW, and Honda, they cut production due to global chip crisis. So, as you know, in a couple of episodes ago, we spoke about not being able. Dope rabbit. Hey, what's up, Jenkins? Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the fact that gamers are suffering because people is just capping or reselling all the different GPUs, right? They are scalpers are getting these. They're using bots just to be able to create their rigs or set up their rigs to mine cryptocurrencies. Well, the thing is that that has hurt the gaming industry, at least the PC gaming or PC master race gaming, where gamers and enthusiasts can't really easily get GPUs. And I say easily because if you do have the dough, right, you could probably put, I don't know, 3 to 4K on a GPU and you could get it. But, obviously you're helping scalpers and we don't help scalpers, right? Anyways, so for BMW and Honda, they are cutting production due to the fact that chips are scarce. So not only gamers are suffering this, but also the automobile industry because as you know, all these cars do have computers as well, and NVidia has been such a helpful partner for all these companies because they are creating these chips that have so much raw power, and you don't only need to have a simple CPU, but you can start having a GPU within the computer in the car, so you can do a whole bunch of other additional features, like, for example, artificial intelligence with cars like Tesla or automated cars and electric cars. And you definitely need the computing power. And that's where NVIDIA and other chips producers come into play. But specifically, I'm focusing on NVIDIA because they are the ones that have been leading at least the chip creation or the chip development for the past seasons. And then because of all this changes in cryptocurrency and the stock market, well, they're kind of non-existent. And there was a lot of industry that we wouldn't feel the hit yet. We were feeling it only in the gaming industry, but eventually you would start getting it at least on the mobile and in this case the automobile, right? Well, the thing is that on smartphones, it's not that drastic yet because they kind of prep their packs or their builds way ahead. So when they have like a development of a new phone or, for example, a new iPhone or something like that, they would have that prep literally years prior to that. And since the demand on smartphones is not as high as the normal GPUs on a computer, well, we still have smartphones, but cars are just feeling the hit, right? Like in the span of 12 hours, Ford in the USA said that chip shortage could have production in the current financial quarter, and Japan's Honda announced it will halt the production at 3 domestic plants for 5 to 6 days. That will be most likely in June. And BMW warned of delays in facilities in Germany and England. So, they'll decrease the amount of cars that they are actually setting together. And as you know, right now, tech is a big thing in 2021. And all these other automobile companies are trying to kind of play catch up with Tesla. I mean, I don't want to say the fact that they're catching up because they have been building cars like forever, right? But Tesla have the upper hand because they have all the data, the information. They have tested a lot of cars with the automated vehicles and also the electric vehicles. So pretty much Ford, Honda, BMW, Volvo, all these companies are now trying to implement all this technology into their cars. And the fact that they are now having a shortage of chips, makes it even harder to, get to the same level in the market. Well, the crisis has also translated into longer waiting times for car buyers, according to the New York Times. So you can imagine Porsche has reported warned dealers in the U.S. that customers might have to wait an extra 12 weeks to get their cars. So think about that. Okay, the next topic that I want to talk about, and it's pretty much what we were discussing the last topic before, is Epic Games is burning cash like nobody's business to fight Apple. As you know, right, a couple of months ago, Epic Games made a sneaky move in their app store, in the Apple App Store, where they were accepting cash shops or microtransactions, which kind of voids the agreement with Apple. So pretty much what happened is that Fortnite was removed or was banned from the App Store. And this has been a back and forth for a while now. Well, the thing is that Epic Games now is changing the angles, not the fact only that, they have control of the market, but also is the fact that they are taking in 30% cut of all their in-app transactions. And as I was speaking before, right, Fortnite pretty much prints or makes a whole bunch of cash. And a lot of people might be thinking that Epic Games is only doing this, for the sakes of gamers or for the sakes of the gaming industry. But I strongly believe that there is some kind of agenda behind. I mean, not an evil agenda, but Fortnite makes dough. Like, it makes a lot of money. And the fact that you're making so much money with Fortnite and you have to give 30% of that to Apple, and without Apple doing anything, that model is very aggressive and it's unfortunate for the developers. So Epic Games is trying to push like a new mandate where in their Epic Games store, they are attempting or they are working with a 12% match on their games. So pretty much they're just taking 12% of the revenue or the in-app transactions from the developers instead of getting the full 30%, right? CEO from Epic, Tim Sweeney, said that in 2019 that Epic Games Store hardball tactics against Valve will continue until either the store is profitable, which I don't think they're there yet, right? Or Valve lowers the cut. Now, Valve actually takes 30%. I don't know. I don't think Steam is going to cut down to 12, right? But it's the same thing, right? So Epic Games is actually taking a swing to all these platforms or all these platform owners to cut down the percentage that they are taking in for in-app transactions as well as software in their platform. Imagine in 2020, Fortnite's revenue was about 400 million in one specific month. That was April 2020. So you can imagine 30% out of $400 million, all that going to Apple just for being in the platform. I mean, at some level, Apple is being greedy, but don't you think Epic is also being greedy? Please let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Epic Games? Are they actually trying to be, the knight in shining armor and protecting all the other developers and the gaming industry? Or they just want to get, the dough? I mean, at the end of the day, they develop Fortnite. They want to get as much as they can from Fortnite and not give it away, right? So, I don't know. Epic Games had a 4.2 billion revenue in 2019 with earnings of 730 million. So they have cash and they're putting everything that they can to make sure that they can fight this battle. Literally, Epic's numbers in 2020 were forecasted for 5 billion in revenue with 1 billion in earnings. So they're literally putting all that cash that they're getting from Fortnite into fighting this so that we can have a world without being bullied by platform owners like either Apple or Google or Spotify, Amazon, whatever you call it, you name it, right? So I don't know if you know, but even though these games that we get on the Epic Game Store are free, somebody has to pay it, you know? So in this case, most likely Epic is paying for those. Epic wants to build the metaverse, an online haven where superheroes, IPs, intellectual properties are owned by different companies and they can just be together and in harmony and share the awesomeness of the games. So, well, as you know, Fortnite is already a hangout space. We can see a combination of different things in Fortnite. I'm not a Fortnite fan, but you can see Disney is there. Well, Marvel is the same thing as Disney, but yeah, you can see Disney there. You can see DC. You can see a combination of other characters, even from the music industry, from movie artists and stuff like that. You can actually see them get together in that haven, which in this case is Fortnite, and that the Epic Games want to replicate that, but in their platform as well. And they believe that 30% cut is not helping that. So next down the topic that I have here listed, this is a fun one. This is an unexpected one. This came out of the blue, to be honest. We were not expecting this to happen at all. I have a quick video here. I might most likely mute it because, of copyright infringement. But I just want to point out that I was never expecting this awesomeness. Mario Party has online play. What? Online play? So, people were talking about everything else. Breath of the Wild 2. They were waiting to see if there was going to be something out new for Smash. They were looking for Pokemon Snap. They were waiting for so many things. And out of the blue, Mario Party Online came out. And the cool thing is that you don't actually have to purchase a new product. You don't have to buy a new Mario Party. You just need to update the software and you can play online with your friends. Like, why wasn't this from the beginning, Nintendo? Anyways, I believe that what's happening here is that they were working or developing their new Mario Party, the one that's going to come out sometime soon, probably for the new Nintendo Switch. And they were testing out to see how the online play works. And they noticed that, hey, they could add this into a normal update. Who knows? Or maybe this is their way of beta testing online play for Mario Party. Anyways, the cool thing is that you can do all this awesomeness from Mario Party right from the community of your house, and you can share with your friends online. So this is fantastic. I didn't expect that, but hey, that was great. Next down the topic line, Stadia. And Stadia is doing something that is interesting. I have it here on Twitter. The thing is that Stadia finally added a search bar. I mean, it sounds ridiculous because it's like, that will be like the normal thing to do, right? Have a search bar. The thing is that people or gamers have been suffering in Stadia because it's really hard to find your content and be able to enjoy it and play it. And they have finally added a search bar so you can easily find your games so you can play. So that's so cool. By the way, I usually post videos on how to set up your game controllers on PC, on your consoles, how to configure them and all that stuff. Let me know in the comments below if you would like me to test something out with Stadia. I don't use Stadia. I don't like that product yet. How the business model is set up and how the concept is that I have to, subscribe to Stadia and then purchase the software also. I don't know. Anywho, if you would like me to test out some game controls using Stadia, just let me know in the comments below. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Elisha? Oh, you doing good, man? Okay, next in our topic is Roku and YouTube part ways. Yes, you heard it well. They part ways. It was integrated within Roku, the access to YouTube TV, where you could enjoy all the awesome content from YouTube. Even my videos, you could enjoy them here just through Roku and the YouTube TV app. Well, the thing is that it seems like their contract or their partnership has expired. It finished. So Google is just removing or leaving the entire Roku scene. Now it's weird because Roku never said that they got kicked or anything. They were not banning them. So Roku says that they're taking an extra step to continue to offer existing subscribers access to YouTube TV on Roku platforms until or unless Google takes action that requires the full removal of the channel itself. Like new subscriptions are not going to happen. It's not going to work because their license or their connection expired. So Roku warned that it's also important that you do not delete your YouTube TV app because most likely you won't be able to download it again, right? The regular YouTube app is unaffected by this current situation, but you don't want to remove it. The thing is that Roku is stating or is clarifying that Google is seeking unfair terms that would adversely affect streaming competition and benefits YouTube suites of apps. So we have seen this kind of gameplay before, right? Same thing happens with Apple and the different products that they create. They kind of kills the ecosystem, not the Apple ecosystem, but all the other remora fishes that are around the shark. And I got that analogy out of MKBHD. You can go ahead and watch his video where he explains the symbiotic relationship between a shark and a remora and how Apple is the shark and every other small accessory builder or developer is the needy fish that attaches to the host. So go ahead and watch MKBHD video. It's pretty neat, right? So in this case, we have only Roku has only asked Google for specific compliments, right? They stated that they wanted to not have consumers manipulated with the results, right? And they also want to have the data that is that they should not require the data to be available for everybody, right? And that YouTube shouldn't have leverage on the monopoly, like controlling the entire hardware requirements. So at the end of the day, pretty much YouTube is muscling up to Roku, stating that they are the ones who are leading the market and they choose what Roku should have, and because of this, they're going to make sure to have probably a competitor product. Who knows? We already have seen some products from Google that can do streaming, and you could watch TV easily. I'm not talking about the normal Chromecast. So at the end of the day, the symbiotic relationships are going to start breaking off when the sharks or the host realize that they can also produce or provide the same services that the symbiosis are providing right now. Okay, so down the line, next topic we want to talk about is bad boy Activision. They are putting all their eggs in a COD basket. And when I say COD, I mean Call of Duty. It's just odd. Like Activision has put the Crash Bandicoot 4 developers, the guys from Toys for Bob, they put them to work on Call of Duty Warzone development. Why? I mean, I haven't played Crash Bandicoot 4. I want to. I'm going to get that game, by the way. And I'm going to be playing it on twitch.tv/Eddy04tv sometime soon. I definitely want to play that game. I played literally all the Crash Bandicoots back in the day on PlayStation. I was a big fan. I don't know why I didn't get this one now, though. Anyways, the fact that Activision is taking developers from different studios and games and putting them to work into this big basket known as Call of Duty Warzone, which it sucks, to be honest. It's awful because you have some awesome developers that they're creating unique IPs, and you're going to put them just to be another robot in the system working for Call of Duty. I mean, nothing against Call of Duty, but I believe it has become a brainless situation where it's the same thing over and over again. And you could have some creativity, some awesomeness, some color by having all this developer excel in their skills, but you're putting them into this nothingness known as Call of Duty. Sorry, I'm being a little dramatic. But the fact is that, yes, it's cool. You can get to, develop and work in other games, but are you actually taking advantage of your full potential? What if those developers weren't even interested in developing Call of Duty or shooters? They wanted to do different games. Like, hey, somebody commented on Twitter, like, hey, these guys from Toys for Bob, they could have done the next Spyro game. You know, they did Crash Bandicoot 4. You could probably get a Spyro game. You know, ideas, Activision. Think about it. Okay, so the fact is that it's not only happening to Toys for Bob, but also other studios have been crammed up together to work for Call of Duty, which sucks. Now I know Call of Duty has been making ton of copies and is, making a lot of cash, but does it really worth it? I mean, the news also follows confirmation that Vicarious Visions, the studio that is behind Super Crash Bandicoot and Trilogy, and most recently the well-received Tony Hawk Pro 1 plus 2 that was merged into Blizzard, they are also working on Call of Duty. As a matter of fact, Vicarious Vision is now working on Diablo 2 remake at Blizzard. Like, you have some awesome developers doing amazing IPs, and you're gonna take them, strip them out from, I don't want to say comfort, because maybe they're not in their comfort zone, but they are excelling. They are smashing. They're making it, man. They're killing it, and you want to put them over into a different platform, different IP, where you cannot take out the true power and knowledge and experience that they have. I don't know what Activision is doing here, but to be honest, putting all of them together and working in Call of Duty is nonsense. Next topic here. Google wants to cater entertainment in tablets, and this one also is kind of sneaky. I wasn't expecting this, but as you know, right, the tablet industry is a cutthroat industry. There's not many. There's a lot of competitors, but there's not many top competitors. Like, the iPads, the Samsung Notes, the Google Pixels, which I think they're not existent anymore. At least not in the tablet industry. Anyways, Google's new entertainment space for tablets takes aim at the Amazon Fire HD 10. Why? Because as you know, the Amazon Fire tablets, they have a modified version of Android OS, where you can't really use the Play Store. In theory, you can't use the Play Store, and it's catered to Amazon's products. So you could download their apps from their Amazon store. You can also watch their shows from Amazon and Amazon Prime and Amazon Video, but you can't use other kind of apps. Well, the thing is that Google is creating something known as the entertainment space, and that is set up for Android tablets, which brings something similar to what Amazon has, where it's like a hub where you can have movies, you can have shows, you can have games all together, a unified portal or platform where you can just jump between apps without having to worry about, reinstalling them and all that normal mumbo jumbo that you find on smartphones. Now, like, can you imagine a smart TV or an Android TV with the entertainment space, where you don't really need to use any of the fancy products out there like the Fire TV Stick or the Roku or this is specifically for tablets, but I could imagine we could find out some awesome stuff that could be applied for Android TV as well. Who knows? Well, the thing is that this thing splits into three tabs, which is watch, games, and read. So pretty much it's a killer for the Amazon Fire HD. So Kindle, bye-bye. Pretty much Amazon Video, see ya with watch. And a couple of games that you could find in Amazon. Well, there's much more games in the Google Play Store. I hope that this comes out well. I still enjoy the Amazon Fire tablets. Those are like the best bang for your buck if you're looking for a tablet and you're looking for an Android tablet, because it's either iOS or it's either Android OS. Now, there are other tablets out there in the market, but they're much more expensive. Amazon Fire HD is just the right in between. Well, probably people might, I don't know, root their Amazon Fire HD or install the Play Store and find ways of adding the entertainment space. Who knows? Okay, next topic is NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti. Is that real? Because there have been some rumors around where people have spotted the RTX 3080 Ti on shelves. I mean, right now we are kind of post-pandemic, and people are in the drove. People are in a drove for GPUs. They are hungry. They are starving for GPUs, especially in the gaming industry, and they have spotted some RTX 3080 Ti's. That's nuts, right? Well, the thing is that an MSI Supreme X version of the anticipated GPU has already been photographed on a few occasions with new information, and that is suggesting that there is an unreleased hardware for this GPU. Well, the thing is that also in Reddit, users claims that they have received images from local retailers that already made the card available for purchase, and is around estimated about what $3,500. Well, it's important to note that we can't substantiate these claims. This wouldn't be the first time that Middle Eastern retailers have jumped the gun on sale embargoes. So, keep it there. Don't jump. Don't shoot the gun yet. Don't jump the gun. Take it easy. It's just rumors. But I want to point out that we were waiting for 3080 Ti's like 3 months ago. So it's about time, It's about time. Now, the anticipation for the MSRP for GPUs, for the new GPUs, was about $1,000, not $3,500, So I'm not sure if I want to trust those pricing leaks, because that's way, way far. Anywho, have in mind, prep your wallets, because the RTX 3080 Ti is coming out sometime soon, and it's going to be crazy. So hopefully you're going to be able to get one of those. I'm not planning on getting a computer just yet, because everything is just awfully weird. I'm still in the saving mode, and eventually I'm going to build a computer. And that is one of the reasons why I took long to start the stream earlier. So this computer is just dying. It doesn't like to stream anymore. It just gets really weird. Anyways, that's off topic. The fact is that prep your wallets. Make sure to be able to access the new products when they come out. Follow through the NVIDIA website for whenever the RTX 3080 Ti comes out. Now, this is kind of weird, because I don't know. I don't know if Xbox just wants Nintendo Switch to succeed. I mean, I know they've been having some deals and all this stuff, but Xbox was expecting Breath of the Wild to be launched at least in December 2020, which didn't happen. So, anyways, for all its monetary success with the Switch and Animal Crossing and even the global pandemic, some fans were frustrated when yet another holiday season went by in 2020 with no whispers of Breath of the Wild 2, nor Metroid Prime 4, or Bayonetta 3. And it turns out that Microsoft may have been a bit perplexed as well. I mean, Microsoft has been doing some big muscle moves and a lot of competitors, especially they have been working hand-to-hand with Nintendo, creating some interesting relationships. And most likely they were also expecting Nintendo to do some awesomeness. Now, have in mind, I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago in the Eddy04tv Show, where one of the first companies that actually signed up for the upcoming E3 on 2021 was Nintendo. Yes, Nintendo, which they have been having years not participating on E3. They have been doing their Nintendo Direct. So, yes, I think awesomeness is going to come out of that E3. Like, if you go back into history and memory lane, the majority of awesome games that come out from Nintendo, like Metroid Prime, as well as The Legend of Zelda, has been presented through an E3. Like, Nintendo Directs what they showcase a remake of a game. Meh. But if they're gonna participate in E3s because they're coming big with a big bang. So hold your horses there and keep following up on the E3 coming in. Why did they join? I mean, there's some speculations. Probably they got either tired of doing the Nintendo or the Nintendo Direct, but I don't think so. I think it's just a strategical move to announce awesome stuff on E3 because E3 is like the realm of all gaming, right? So if you go into the realm of all gaming and you're going to showcase the new Nintendo Switch, Breath of the Wild 2, and Metroid Prime 4, which people have been waiting for ever, I think that is the best platform to showcase those expected treasures from Nintendo. So by doing a Nintendo Direct, it's kind of obscure if you think about it. I mean, a lot of people watch Nintendo Direct, but it's still obscure. It's only controlled to their environment. It's only controlled to their platform, and they can probably do this, either by watching Nintendo Direct through Twitch, through YouTube, or through the Nintendo Switch. But if you go to a bigger platform like E3, where all the venues are there, where all the different developers are there, and they're gonna showcase their new console, that'll have a bigger reach. So that's why I believe that Nintendo will definitely take bigger advantage on the E3 in 2021. Now, as part of the ongoing, Epic versus Apple trial, a new document was published as evidence that including a rough outline of both high-profile like Xbox One release for the third and fourth calendar quarters in 2020, as well as the company's understanding of the competition's biggest upcoming releases. The presentation, which is from August 2020, reveals that Xbox believes Nintendo slate for October through December included some new games, in this case, Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Breath of the Wild 2. But as you know, we are already in 2021, and there's no new game. It also mentions a few other titles, but nobody has time for that. I mean, they recently released Pokemon Snap, and they are working on Pokemon Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is going to be released on 2022. So I just think that Nintendo is playing a strategic game and deciding when are they going to release their awesome games, and they are making sure that there's enough time between their release games so that people can enjoy them and just keep the hype. I mean, Nintendo Switch has been killing it on the sales for this past 5 years. So they just have to keep on, releasing the games, but you don't want to, have a big burst of games right away. You want to smoothly release them little by little so that you can kind of control the market, because people are going to be purchasing this consoles to play these IPs because they are exclusive games like Metroid Prime. That is from Nintendo. You won't get those in anywhere else. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, you won't get that anywhere else. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Nintendo is being so damn smart, and I love it. I just hope that, they call the new Nintendo the Super Nintendo Switch. I don't know why, but that's really close to my heart. I think that that's the next step in the naming convention. I've been having some issues with the naming convention back in the day, but you know what I mean. Anyways, going down to the line, we're almost done for today, but I just want to talk about PlayStation kind of getting greedy, and they got sued for limiting its digital game sales exclusive for the PlayStation Store. Now, this is very odd. This is weird. Well, I mean, we already knew that if you purchase a digital content, you don't own it if you think about it, because you can only play that in the platform where you purchase it. Like if you buy a Nintendo Switch game, you can only play it there. You can't really extract or take it out, right? Or if you have a PlayStation and you buy it from the PlayStation Store, well, you can only enjoy it in the PlayStation Store. The only one that is actually breaking the rules a little bit here is Microsoft, right? With their Xbox games and their Xbox or Microsoft games subscription basis, where you can actually play it in computer and you can play it in PC. They break the rules. They're doing it different, which I applaud them highly, because that is so awesome. I definitely wanted to play my games in computer, and to be honest, now I don't have to worry if I want to buy an Xbox, I can just do it on my computer, or vice versa. I can just have an Xbox and not get a computer, and I can still enjoy that because on Xbox there is a possibility of using mouse and keyboard, and Nintendo's fiddling a little bit. I mean, sorry, and Microsoft is fiddling a little bit with software users like the operating system, Microsoft Windows, on Xbox. But anyways, going back to the topic, Sony may be sued over limiting its digital game sales exclusive to the PlayStation Store. So literally, Sony monopoly allows it to charge super competitive prices for digital PlayStation games, which are significantly higher than their physical counterparts, sold in a competitive retail market, and significantly higher than they would be in a competitive retail market for digital games. So pretty much you pay top dollar for a PlayStation game. They set the price. They get the benefit. They are literally the judge and jury of the market, at least the PlayStation digital market, right? The suit also alleges that there have been instances where consumers have had to pay about 175% more for a digital copy than a physical one. For right now, the class action lawsuit is only being proposed, and if the moves forward, it will be filed in San Francisco, California, under the case of Kakuri versus Sony Interactive Entertainment. And why? Because allegedly, this user spent around $25,000 on PlayStation games and content, and now they don't own none of those because PlayStation can just limit your access to it. They can drop the store, not allow you to get back into that store. You lose that, and you just threw money through the drain, pretty much. So, that is in the works right now. They're worried that, Sony controls the market, at least in the PlayStation digital store, and they can be judge and jury. They can put higher prices, and they can be more expensive than actually buying the physical copy, which personally, I would probably purchase the physical copy because I know that I can play it, finish it, and resell it. And, maybe that's not what they want. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Okay, and the last topic for the day. Microsoft is finally ditching its Windows 95 icons. Now, it sounds like, meh, is this that important? Well, yeah, after more than 10 years in this old style, but the thing is that it didn't change that much. Microsoft is finally preparing to refresh the Windows 95 era icons. The software giant has been slowly improving the icons it uses with Windows 10. As part of the sweep in visual rejuvenation planned for later for this year, we saw a couple of changes. And in this case, they changed a few things like icons within the list of icons available for Windows. Now, they're not that different, to be honest, but at least they have a newer look. They have been refreshed a little bit. Now, hopefully, this also means that Windows will never ask you for a floppy disk ever again. I mean, that is not a format that we use anymore, right? The thing is that Microsoft has so far revealed new system icons for Windows 10, alongside with File Explorer's icon improvement and more colorful Windows 10 icons that appeared last year. Rounded corners and a few changes. We're expecting to hear more about, the Sun Valley at Microsoft Build. But to be honest, these are all cosmetic changes. A couple of them are quality of life, but I don't see no major changes in the operating system. But I just want to let you know that, Microsoft is trying to get out of their old tradition with their old trash-looking icons. Sorry, Microsoft. I mean, no shade, but for real, they're good. So these were all the topics that I had selected for today in the Eddy04tv Show. As I mentioned before, we do this every other Friday. So every 2 weeks, we will get back into the Eddy04tv Show where we talk about tech, gaming, and streaming. Now, just after we finish this show, I'm going to go ahead and hop over into twitch.tv/Eddy04tv and play some games. Most likely, I'm going to be either playing my backlog, which, yes, it's a lot. Like, I have a lot of games there. Or I could be playing Monster Hunter Rise, which I've been digging that game so much lately. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll be releasing new videos every single week. You can go ahead and check my tutorials on controllers as well as streaming tips to improve your streaming quality and make sure that you have a higher production value. Again, this was Eddy04. See you on the next one.